Hi guys, welcome to my fifth series of Mental Health Mondays. So today I'm going to be speaking about depression, what it is, causes of depression, symptoms of it, and how to deal with it. So before I get into it, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, those who are watching. I hope I can, do the little that I can to help with the best of my knowledge. And I hope that you guys are having wonderful days. I'm sure most of you have gone to school, have gone to work. I hope that when you do get the time, this is going to just help you to kickstart your week in a marvelous way. Guys, don't mind my lighting. Room lighting. Anyways, so I'm going to start with what depression is. So depression is usually defined as feeling of sadness, like you can never be happy, you just feel sad all the time. Even when you want to do any activity, you're just not happy. Even if you go out with your friends or you go out with your family and you're like, you know what, today I'm gonna have fun, you're just incapable of having fun. You're just always feeling sad. And this is usually caused by stresses around, like the immediate cause, like the first really cause that is out there is immediate stresses. Like for example, finances. Your finances are not really balancing. What other example can I give? Okay, you've got a lot of schoolwork, assignments and exams, everything is just there, like overcrowding you. And another immediate example that I can think of now is family drama, even, family drama, divorces, you have fought with your sister or you're always fighting with your siblings and just they're like, gosh, am I ever gonna have a rest? Those are some of the causes. And then some of the non-immediate causes are like genetics. Like for example, some people can actually do inherit depression from their parents, from their great grandparents. Sometimes it's not really your fault. Your great grandmother, they had a problem of depression, and then 2 generations down the line you also have inherited that problem. So sometimes it's really genetic. Sometimes it can be caused by childhood experiences. There's this thing called childhood trauma. So some people really do get abused even by their own parents as children, right? Which really causes a lot of stress, and like they feel unloved. You see, the problem is when you are a child, right, that is the time that you really need the love of the people that are either raising you or the people that are around you. So usually if you don't get that love at a childhood stage, it usually affects a person. Like you feel unloved, you feel like you're not worthy to be loved because the immediate people that were supposed to love you, they as a child were not able to give you that love. So at the end of the day, you feel like, no, I'm useless, etc. Those are some of the causes of depression. Another one, before I forget, there's this thing called redundancy, whereby I'm sure a lot of people know about it. Whereby if you are in a job position, let's say you are the manager, and then maybe you're not performing very well, maybe the boss doesn't really like you. Depending on what the cause is, you can be taken from that position to a lower position. That really does have an effect on a person's ego. So you can imagine you were there, you were the boss, you were the manager, you were the one handling all the stuff, and now you're put like to the janitor level, or the person who stores stuff. You understand? That really does a lot to someone's ego, and it can really cause depression. Okay, I'm gonna now speak about the symptoms of depression. Guys, I wrote these things down, so seeing me look, it's my book. Because some of the things I was really researching, because I didn't want to use mostly my knowledge of things, because hey, I'm also a human being and I'm still very young in this knowledge. So okay, so the first symptom that I got is irritability, whereby you're always angry and you're always irritable. Like everything around you is just irritating you, basically. Like you just there angry, especially in terms of anger. You always feel it, like you're just like, yo, these things now what happened? Yo, this child, she's making noise. Yo, whatever. You're always feeling angry. Another thing is you are unhappy about life and the activities in it. Like you're never satisfied with what is happening in your life. You're just unhappy about it. If you get an 80%, you're like, yo, I should have gotten a 90. If you get a raise of 10,000, you're like, why don't they give me 20,000? You're always unhappy about things. Like your life doesn't fulfill you, in other words. And then you may find faults in small things and in people that you used to care about. It's not an issue that you don't care about those people anymore, but because you are suffering from depression, you just find small faults. For example, this person used to chew loudly. You know this person chews loudly, and it didn't bother you anymore. But now that you're in a state of depression, you're like, gosh, can't this person chew? Can't you chew properly? Like small things like that start to irritate you. They used to wear pink ties, but now that you are in a state of depression and everything in your life is not making sense and you're just angry about everything, you're like, hey, this pink tie, shame, it's getting on my nerves. Like small things get on your nerves, you understand? So before I continue with the symptoms, I just want to say, guys, you should really check on your loved ones. Sometimes it's not that they're trying to be nagging or they're trying to be angry or they're trying to, show something. Sometimes it's really depression and it shows with these small things. You might see that this person used to like the fact that you cook eggs. Now all of a sudden when you cook eggs, they're like, what's this? You're always cooking eggs every day. Sometimes instead of saying, hey, this person is not bothering me, let me leave them. Why not take the step to ask them what's going on? And if you see that you alone, you're not able to get through to them, maybe find someone who's closer to them than you are, or even seek professional help. Sometimes you just don't have to rush to be like, hey, this person, now they're always just angry, let me run away. You know what I mean? Okay, so all these points that I was speaking about were under irritability. And then the second point is on symptoms is feelings of sadness. Like the feeling of sadness penetrates every part of your being, like penetrates every single thing of your life. Like everything is sad, guys. Everything is gloomy. Everything is blue. You are just there. You are surviving, basically. You're not living. You are surviving. Because imagine if everything in your life is sad, guys. You drop a pen, you start crying. Why did I drop my pen? Or let me not even give that example. Let me give this example. You go to school. Let's say you're a student. Go to school and you realize that day you have forgotten your pen and you are supposed to be in a lecture. Guys, small things like this can actually make people sad. You can actually see a person crying. You're like, why are you crying? I left my pen at home. Something that would not make a normal person cry. A person who has depression really gets to them more than it gets to people who don't have depression. And then the third point is frustration. And this one runs deep because you're not only frustrated about what's happening around you or about the people around you, you're also frustrated with yourself. Like you're not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Okay, let me do this. Let me try and give you an example. You're frustrated about yourself. Like, you're not, okay, good. You're not satisfied about what's happening in your life. You're like, you're not good enough. You feel like you're not good enough. You understand? Like, for example, let me talk about work. Right? Since I was speaking a lot about school, let me talk about work. Go to work, you work every day, but you haven't gotten a promotion yet. It's not that they don't want to give you. Maybe they still want to access something or they still want to see something. But because you're depressed, when you've got a problem already, you start thinking, oh gosh, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing what needs to be done. You start pressuring yourself, working extra hours, working extra hard, when you're actually doing the correct things. So you're frustrated really with yourself and with the people that are around you. Like, these people are not making me happy enough, stuff like that. The fourth point is focusing on small matters. Like, you don't see the big picture anymore. Like, for example, what I was saying, that if a person used to make eggs and then now they make eggs, now you're like, why is this person making eggs now? But they used to make eggs before and you used to like them. So now you focus on small things. Like, you cannot focus on the big picture, you understand? Which is, it's a lot, guys. Anyways, another small thing that people focus on. And this is really quite funny. When I was reading it, when I was doing my research, I actually quite laughed a little, because it has happened to me at some point, but I don't think I was depressed. I think it was just a form of stress. But you know that at the end of the day, stress is another symptom of depression. Like it can then escalate to actually get to depression. So I remember at some point I was sitting, because the point is you focus on small matters, like even, for example, not finding anything interesting on TV. I remember at some point I sat down, I think it was like 2 months back. I sat down, I wanted to watch something on TV. I was so irritated. I was like, why isn't there anything nice? I had already finished this other series that I was watching, and I watched a couple of movies, and now there was nothing interesting on TV, and I was so irritated. I'm like, why isn't there anything interesting on the TV? And there will be something interesting on the TV, but because you are in a state of depression and you are easily irritable, you're not going to be able to see that. You understand? It's a lot, guys. Anyways, let me move on to the next point. Right, that's one. Inability to have fun. You are in a state of depression, guys. You are stressed, constantly stressed. You're not gonna be able to have fun. Even when, like I was saying, for example, when you go out with your friends or family, even on your own birthday, sometimes you can't have fun because you're constantly stressing. You're constantly thinking about how ABCD is going wrong in my life. My life is not where I want it to be. Everything is not straight. You understand? So you basically unable to have fun. Like you can't. It's a lot, guys, out there. People are going through the most. Okay, I'm just gonna jump quickly into how to deal with it. I don't wanna, drag. I don't wanna have a lot of minutes speaking, but yeah. How to deal with it. You should exercise regularly. Some of these things are really linked to how to deal with stress, and I spoke about stress a couple of weeks ago. If you can access it on, I think UJFM. I'm not sure if they record it. But yeah, on social media platforms, you can access it on UJFM. I think for Instagram, I'll just take them after this video. I'll take them. Anyways, exercise regularly. Exercise really does help, because it has been proven by doctors that, I'm just gonna read this because it's a hormone. So it increases endorphins. So it's a sort of hormone like that when it's increased, it relieves depression. So the more that hormone is increased, the more depression is relieved in a way. So you should exercise regularly in order to activate that hormone. Eating nutritious meals. Sometimes the things that we eat, guys, contribute to us constantly being in stress mode. I mean, imagine you're already stressed and you are there eating French fries and a big hamburger. I mean, you're not gonna do any justice to yourself, because physically you're already not healthy, and that really affects the brain. So I would really advise eat nutritious food, eat vegetables, especially if you are depressed or if you are stressed. Eat vegetables, drink lots of water, get enough sleep. Guys, sleeping is very important. Sometimes following this thing of rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day when you're in a sense of depression is not okay. Imagine you have got 10 assignments and an exam and you are stressed or you are depressed. If you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. You're not going to be able to do that work. You're not going to be able to study for that exam. So guys, please, let's just learn to take care of ourselves. Some of these things just require you to take care of yourself, because they take a toll on one's life. Make a change in routine. Like if you see that what you've been doing before is not working, change that routine. Start doing something else. If you see that waking up at 7 o'clock is not working, wake up at 8. If you see that eating oranges is not working for you, eat bananas. If you see that cooking is no longer working for you, order. Change routines, because once you continue to be in one routine, you continue to experience the same things, and that really causes stress. And my last tip is get professional help. Sometimes it overlaps that you really just need to get professional help. Guys, my time is almost up, but I want to thank you so much for listening, for tuning in, and I will see you next Sunday. Please, guys, help people around you. Check up on your family, on your friends. You never know what they might be going through. Have a nice Monday. Bye. Great week.